Happy Friday. Thank you for joining me for another Black financial and economic news break. I'm Tiara Mack, the financial guru. Let's get started. So, our stocks this week, one stood out to me, Bing Identity Holding. They are getting some good press and things, and because of that, their stock has been continued to grow and grow and grow. So they closed this week at $21.92. Whereas our other black-owned stocks, our other black-owned IPOs, haven't been doing. They kind of been just keeping it steady, which isn't bad. We just want to make sure that we keep our eye on them. Urban One did $5.30, and Broadway Financial $2.49. That one, keep your eye on for sure, because they are always they're looking to acquire a lot of other black banks, the small banks in general, so that they can grow. So keep your eye on those. And Global Blood Therapeutics, they went down a little bit, but they're into, sickle cell and other type of radiation treatment. So as people start to get, sicker and diagnosed and things, their stock probably will continue to go up. So we want to keep our eye on those, but understand that stocks are a long-term goal more so. People like to trade them on a daily day trading, but mostly stocks are for the long haul. So understand, put it in your portfolio now, especially your pension plans, so that as you matriculate into older age, you can have some money ready, set aside because you bought them so low, especially things like Urban One, who's at $5. They have another stock that's $1.13 that you want to look into to put in your portfolio, so that when you're ready to retire in 20 years, that has already matriculated and given you dividends, as well as some actual finances out of it. So when you're looking at your portfolio, look for stocks that are going to give you dividends, so that can be reinvested into your portfolio. This week is the last week in Women's History Month, so I wanted to highlight some good women finance stuff. So overall, black businesses, especially women of color, they say women of color, so that doesn't always mean just black, but women of color overall have gone up in a really good way for when it comes to entrepreneurship. Because black women are most educated, yes we are, in the country, there are initiatives by Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, and a couple other accounting and other firms that are looking to give us capital, because they understand that if we're the most educated, then we're also probably more qualified than most. They're right now they have failed with their initiative programs to help black women businesses, because of COVID. They weren't able to, reach out as much, or whatever the reasoning is. But going in this year, 2021 into 2022, they're looking to give as much money and back as many businesses as possible. So it is our responsibility as black women to make sure that our financials are together. So when we go to ask for these venture capitalists to back us, we can actually get the money that we seek out. When I went to go research this, I started to learn that black women especially, are underfunded vastly when it comes to venture capitalists. They're looking to figure out how to fix that, and that's through these programs. So there's $100 billion that's always given out to venture capitalists, yet women of color get less than 1% of that. So we need to make sure that we're in the right space and in the right places, so that we can take into that investment that people want to invest in us. But one thing about black women, we will do it ourselves. We will do some chicken dinners, throw a quick party, whatever we got to do to get our own money we need for our businesses. And what we come to realize is, it's kind of, when you're looking at these stats, we know black women that super woman complex will go and get it. They're like, okay, so how can we invest in us? So even though we want to always, go out there and get it, look for ways that we can also partner with other brands and other banks and things, so that we can grow quicker and faster, and not as a slow pace that we normally do. And when you're listening to these different initiatives, that's one thing they say is, especially women in general, but especially black women, we don't ask for as much as we can. On average, women overall they ask for $35,000 on average less than men. And then for black women, we ask for way, way less than that. So you want to make sure that when we're asking for money, we can actually look at our timelines of 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years for our business, and what that should look like when it comes to venture capitalists. But overall, 64% of new businesses as of 2020 during COVID were started, which is good. And that's an uptick, like I said, of 64%. But that means 23% of women of color, that's not just Black women, but women of color, are definitely started businesses during this time of COVID. Actually, Latinas, 87% increase. That's good, which gives them the 18% and within women who started businesses in 2020. So we're all moving forward. We are all doing really, really great. But we want to make sure that we're actually asking for the money. One thing they're always saying is women of color, especially Black women, 35% higher in return on investments when it comes to technology. So what they're really, really looking for these GlaxoSmithKline, and I'm sorry, not GlaxoSmithKline, but Goldman Sachs, they're all looking for ways to partner with Black women, especially in the technology space. So we want to make sure that we are ready to go. So STEMs, if you got a daughter going off to college and she don't know what to go for, look into STEM, because they are looking for new inventive ways, and they know that Black women will come up with something out of nothing. So get that together. And go forth and do great things. So that's my thing for Women's History Month. But let's get into my most important story, and that is cryptocurrency. So this week it's been doing all types of numbers, and things are going on with it like crazy. But what I want to pay attention to is the international news with it, especially in Nigeria. So the United States and Russia are the number two places that people trade cryptocurrency, Bitcoin especially. But Nigeria is the third place under those. Because Nigeria is trading crypto in such a way, the Naira has been devalued. So companies are moving out of Nigeria and going to Ghana, Senegal, and different places so they can make their money back, because the Naira is not doing as well as it should, because everyone's going into cryptocurrency. So you want to start to look for investments. Nigeria is already ahead of the game, because they're not going to keep losing out to companies and businesses leaving because they don't have the Naira where it needs to be. So they're already looking at ways to turn that Naira into 100% cryptocurrency. They are trying to figure that out right now, because they don't want to be devalued any longer. So if you're looking for something to put your money into, start looking into cryptocurrency in Nigeria for the most effective way to grow. Also with this Bitcoin, they started an ETF, which I like ETFs because I call it a buy one, get 5 free. So ETFs are a way they bundle stocks and things together so they can grow at a faster rate. So if you're looking to go with Amazon and Walmart and Target all in one stock, and you don't have the thousands of dollars you would need to buy them individually, you could buy it in an ETF, which you'll need somebody more than likely to trade for you, but put in an ETF so that all of them can work together within your portfolio and grow at a faster rate. And it's a lot cheaper. You might get an ETF that might cost you $80 with all of those stocks in it, versus buying Walmart, Target, and Amazon separately, and Apple. They more than likely do bundle them all together. You just have to find an ETF that fits for you. But Fidelity is looking to launch their own Bitcoin ETF. They're just waiting on the SEC to say that they can do it. But once that happens, if you're looking to put your money into something, I would definitely look into the Fidelity's ETF with Bitcoin. So all around right now, it's like that paper money is going away, and companies are now trying to figure out what that looks like for them, because even the American dollar, and if the Naira is already taking a hit, that means all other currencies will probably start to take them slowly but surely. So if you're looking to figure out what to do with your pension plans and all those different things you're investing in, you need to figure out what to do with your American dollar. Because now that trading Forex is changing as well, with in respects to the Aussie dollar and all of that. Their values are all over the place because of the anticipation of what blockchain can do and what cryptocurrency can do. So we're going to keep talking about it in the coming weeks as more stuff comes up. but we want to make sure that you are ready financially for what is going to happen to our community. Because if we don't have banks that are trading the Bitcoin for us, then we're going to have to pull out and put our money somewhere else, which is what we don't want to do. But they're definitely going to start using Bitcoin on a larger scale. And by 2030, I will be shocked if we're still using cash. So definitely look into what you can do with your money to protect it now, so that when it comes, you're not scrambling, because there will be a scramble to the end. So with that being said, thank you for joining me. I will see you next Friday. Sorry, last Friday I had a new phone trying to figure it out and couldn't get my password together, but I definitely got it right this time. So I hope to see you guys next Friday. Always DM me your questions. I always